In the cutthroat world of politics, integrity is not just a value, it's the bedrock upon which trust is built. When that trust is shattered, the consequences are swift and unforgiving. Angela Rayner, the deputy Labour leader, has become a prime example of this fundamental truth. The scandal enveloping her, one that reeks of dishonesty, potential electoral manipulation, and personal missteps, raises a critical question for the political establishment. Should Rayner resign? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. There's a simple truth that cannot be ignored. Public servants, especially those who occupy positions of power, must be held to the highest standards of transparency and honesty. The allegations surrounding Angela Rayner, from falsifying her employment history to the more serious accusations of electoral interference, paint a damning portrait of a politician who has become more embroiled in deception than in public service. The public has a right to expect better. The voters deserve more than a politician who plays fast and loose with the truth, particularly one who has built a career on the very values of transparency and working-class authenticity. Let's begin with the issue of her alleged dishonesty. Rayner's long-held claim of working as a home care worker from 2000 to 2015 is now under intense scrutiny. Leaked documents from Stockport Council have raised serious questions about the accuracy of this timeline. The discrepancy is not minor, it strikes at the heart of Rayner's credibility. If a politician can't be trusted with something as basic as their employment history, how can the public trust them with the weightier matters of governance? Rayner's own defense of the situation seems half-hearted at best. Instead of offering a compelling explanation, she has allowed the narrative to remain murky and, worse still, is attempting to frame the entire issue as a politically motivated attack. This is not a defense, it's an abdication of responsibility. This is not just a story of minor inconsistencies or petty squabbles. This is about leadership. A politician who misrepresents their past in such a fundamental way signals to the public that they have no qualms about manipulating the truth to suit their agenda. If Rayner cannot be trusted to be forthright about her career, how can she be trusted to tell the truth about matters that directly affect the electorate? But the dishonesty does not end there. Perhaps the most damaging aspect of this scandal is the accusation of election interference. Rayner is now accused of using her position to block electoral reforms that would have benefited opposition parties. Most troubling of all is the claim that she deliberately delayed local elections in areas where her own party stood to gain from the postponements. This isn't just a matter of unethical behavior, this is an affront to democracy itself. The integrity of the electoral process is sacrosanct, and to manipulate it for political gain is a betrayal of the public trust. The fact that Rayner is attempting to defend these actions as part of an administrative restructuring effort simply does not hold water. The delay was politically motivated, and she knows it. The leaked information, combined with the highly questionable timing of these delays, speaks to a calculated effort to consolidate power and manipulate the system in her party's favor. This is no longer just an issue of personal morality, this is a matter of political corruption. And the consequences of such actions cannot be allowed to pass without serious repercussions. The involvement of Rayner's ex-husband, Mark, further complicates this already murky situation. His contradictory statements, publicly defending her while leaking damaging details about her personal life, only serve to erode what little credibility she has left. It is clear that their relationship, far from being a personal matter, has now entered the public arena, and the emotional drama that unfolds behind closed doors should be irrelevant to the wider political landscape. Yet, here we are, watching a spectacle unfold that exposes Rayner's complete inability to control her own narrative. This lack of self-discipline further underscores the type of leader she would be, a leader unable to command her own life, let alone a nation. The public reaction to these revelations has been swift and unrelenting. How can we, as voters, trust someone who is so clearly compromised, both personally and politically? How can we expect Rayner to champion the interests of the working class when her own record reveals a deep pattern of self-interest and dishonesty? These are not the qualities we should be looking for in our political leaders, particularly at a time when the UK desperately needs transparency, accountability, and genuine reform. Rayner's tears and emotional public appearances may have garnered some sympathy, but they are not enough to absolve her of the serious charges against her. Emotional appeals may play well in personal relationships, but they have no place in the hard-nosed world of politics. The question remains, Does she believe the public is so easily swayed? The time for sympathy has passed. The time for accountability is now. If Rayner had any sense of political decency, she would step down immediately. There can be no redemption from this scandal, no return to public life in the same role. Politics is about more than just winning, it's about integrity. When that integrity is compromised, as it has been in Rayner's case, the only honorable course of action is resignation. The Labour Party, and indeed the political system as a whole, would be better off without a leader who has shown such blatant disregard for the values she claims to represent. Angela Rayner must go. The public deserves better, and the integrity of the political process demands it.